Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Store It at Home Rent to Own Portable Buildings. Today, it was a pretty nice day with temperature readings in the lower 90s, and it wasn't quite as humid, but the humidity will return by tomorrow, and temperatures will also be heating up as well. So here's a look at your forecast as we make our way into your Friday. Starting off around 67 degrees, so a very mild start to the day. We're going to see plenty of sunshine during the day. Lunchtime around 87 degrees. Our high will be in the mid to upper 90s, and then we drop back down to around 94 degrees at 5 o'clock. We're going to see a string of sunny days, but then there's rain chances returning. We'll tell you when, coming up in just a little bit.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Melissa Dunbar Gates. Scott has the night off. The Louisiana Department of Health is urging the state's residents to take precautions to guard against West Nile virus. This after Louisiana has reported the most cases in the country. ABC's Shar Thomas has some tips in tonight's big story.
You won't see it coming.
West Nile's, most people who have West Nile, 90% of them have no symptoms at all. Okay, so you're not going to even know you've got it.
In the most recent surveillance report last week, Louisiana has had a total of 53 human cases. The state has also reported 2 deaths. What you think may be a normal fever could be more serious than expected. West Nile fever is a milder viral infection which people experience flu-like symptoms. If the virus isn't caught on time, it could lead to neuroinvasive disease, which is the most serious type of illness associated with the virus. It infects the brain and spinal cord. In some cases, can lead to death. Here are some tips on how you can protect yourself.
Well, the protection against mosquito bites is pretty elementary, and we sort of say the same thing every year. You need to use your DEET. So it has to be something that has DEET in it, which is effective. You need to avoid going out in the evening and early morning and late evening. You need to repair all your screens on your house, and you need to get rid of all the water around your house in all the flower pots and all the anything that contains standing water.
Find out more on how you can fight the bite by visiting ldh.la.gov. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
Each week, the Louisiana Health Department will update and post more detailed information about West Nile virus infections in Louisiana. Alexandria police are seeking a suspect in a homicide that happened yesterday morning on Essie Street. The identity of the man killed has not yet been released. The suspect is 27-year-old Amon Mason. Police say a vehicle had been traveling on Hinson Street when somebody shot at it. The driver ran off the road and left the scene. However, a short time later, the vehicle was located on Essie. A man was found on the ground nearby. The vehicle was reportedly shot up with broken windows, and there was blood in the car. Alexandria police say one of their officers is charged with DWI. 30-year-old Corporal Austin Butler has been placed on administrative leave. He was off duty and driving a private vehicle when he was pulled over by state police on Highway 28 West near Walmart. Butler is charged with improper lane use and first offense DWI. He remains on leave until the matter is resolved. If you've ever wondered about what exactly a restraining order is, here are some answers. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has the story.
This one form could have some serious consequences.
This is a Louisiana protective order, or in other words, a restraining order.
A restraining order or a protective order is an order through the court signed by a judge that limits the contact with someone, and it's usually in reference to some sort of domestic violence situation. That's what we see the most of.
Domestic violence or abuse, stalking, sexual assault are all suitable reasons to file a petition for a protective order. And filing a petition is only the first step.
Once that restraining order is filled out and that petition to the court is filled out, the judges are the ones that have to look at it and sign it to put it into effect.
Once the order is in effect, the defendant, who the order is filed against, may be punished under criminal laws of the state of Louisiana for violations of the order.
People always say, well, a restraining order is not that it doesn't protect anybody. It doesn't restrain anyone. That's not exactly true.
At minimum, the person in violation can be issued a summons to appear in court. And in some cases, the person in violation may be arrested, jailed, and prosecuted.
It's very serious when someone is under a restraining order.
If you, or someone you know, is a victim of domestic abuse, stalking, or sexual assault, you can visit the Louisiana Supreme Court website to learn more about what steps to take for filing a protective order, or contact your local law enforcement agency. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Rapides Parish School Board member John Allen is being removed from office. However, it won't happen until his current term expires in December. He ran up against complaints from the State Ethics Board, which says he's not paid fines due to them for late filings of campaign finance records. Allen serves in the urban Alexandria area. A new election will be called for January. In the last 3 weeks, 3 LSU football players have been arrested and suspended, and it's leading to some interesting discussions about the team in the upcoming football season. WBRZ's Bess Casserly has the story.
I don't remember a worse camp for LSU in terms of image. And there have been worse years. 2 years ago, obviously, with the Alton Sterling situation and the flooding. In Baton Rouge, it was worse. But just for LSU's football program, it's just been bad news after bad news and a bad look for the program.
Sports guys comparing the upcoming LSU football season to the worst time in recent Baton Rouge history. 104.9 ESPN radio host Matt Moscana and Advocate sports columnist Scott Rabelais joined our own Michael Cobble to discuss the multiple suspensions and transfers looming over the team.
When you start talking about domestic violence, when you talk about sexual assault, when you talk about driving the getaway car at a pawn shop robbery, it's not like an idiot college kid stole a bike in front of a library to ride to his dorm.
On the first day of fall camp, offensive lineman Ed Ingram was suspended from the team. We learned yesterday it was for sexual assault in his hometown in Texas. After that, Tyler Taylor was suspended after he was arrested for driving the getaway car in a robbery. Then, most recently, junior wide receiver Drake Davis was suspended for allegedly punching his girlfriend on several occasions.
The perception is awful, but winning will cure that. If they go beat Miami a week from Sunday, a lot of that noise is going to quiet down.
Moscana mentioned the now infamous Shady's Bar fight in 2011 involving then quarterback Jordan Jefferson. LSU went on to win the SEC championship that year. The pair of sports opinion makers were more upset with Coach O's silence on the arrests. In a recent press conference, all he could really say was, "Next question."
He didn't want to talk about the Drake Davis situation specifically. I understand that, but you could say this is something we don't tolerate in general.
I'm not sorry. I'm not going to apologize. He should have said more. He should have done better.
And in other news, Lagniappe Theater is inviting children from Bunkie and the surrounding area to a special audition opportunity for the upcoming production of The Jungle Book. And the audition process is pretty simple.
All you need is a joke and 30 seconds of a song. Fill out the form, go to lagnaptheater.com and go to the auditions page, and you can actually click and download everything that you need from there. And you can also go pick it up at City Hall. And there are some other folks in the area that if you want to ask, Bunkie's not the biggest town in the world, so everybody's pretty much a big family there. Ask around, they'll be able to tell you. But if you're in Hesmer, if you're in Ville Platte, if you're in Marksville, if you're in Cottonport, and you want to drive in and do this show, come on, we'd love to have you. They're going to show up, they're going to fill out their form, get a number, they'll come in for the audition, and it's going to be real fast, quick, and easy. I don't want anyone to feel intimidated. I mean, everybody knows a joke, right? And everybody can at least sing 30 seconds of some song that they like. That's all you need.
Auditions will take place at the Bunkie City Annex on Sunday, August 26th from 2 to 4 p.m. You can visit the Lagniappe Theater website to find out more. When plants at the nursery do poorly for various reasons, some of them are moved to a clearance section. On this edition of Get It Growing, LSU Ag Center horticulturist Dan Gill explains the potential for cost saving while being wary of problems.
In many nurseries, if you wander around enough, you may find a little area where the plants don't look so good. These areas are called clearance areas or plant hospitals, and nurseries grab plants that don't look good anymore, the quality is not there for them to sell, and they'll put them in these areas and put them on sale. Now, you can get some great bargains here, but you can also waste a lot of money. You know, it's hard enough to get a healthy plant to grow and do well. Starting off with a sick plant just adds that much more of a challenge. Know what the plant you're buying needs. Know the plant. If you don't know what the plant is, you've never grown it before, you don't know how to nurse it back to health. This is Angelonia. I would buy this now. I'd take a look at the roots and see a lot of nice healthy white roots and plant it in my garden where it would bloom all through the rest of the summer and into the fall. This geranium isn't doing very well, but I believe geraniums don't like the heat. The only thing wrong with this plant is that it's been too hot. If I take it home, get a good buy on it, take it home, and put it in a partially shaded area, don't water it too much, it will revive in the fall as it cools down and become a gorgeous plant. On the other hand, this vine here, this is a wonderful little black-eyed Susan vine. It's infested with spider mites. Never buy a plant infested with an insect or disease problem and bring it home to your healthy plant. So always avoid things along those lines. If you look at these succulents here, you can see that they've been watered too much. They're rotting and dying. Here, this one has a few mushrooms growing in. I get a question on this on occasion. These are harmless. Don't worry about them when they grow in a pot. Just remove them and throw them away, and that'll be the end of it. And finally, always buy a bromeliad if you like bromeliads. The plants may be bad looking, but you've got all these little sprouts coming up, these pups coming up, and that's a great buy as well. So bromeliads are oftentimes a good buy in these areas. Be careful, watch what you're doing, or you may actually waste money instead of saving it. Forget it growing. I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
For more information on other lawn and garden topics, contact your Parish LSU Ag Center office or visit their website at lsuagcenter.com and click on the Lawn and Garden button.
This fall, the balls are back.
That was so unfair!
With all the bumps.
Are you ready to rock?
Bounces.
That did not look good.
And wacky wipeouts.
This looks really bad.
Where everyday people go daredevil crazy.
Oh my God, she made it!
In outrageous battles for big bucks.
That did not feel good.
Wipeout Weekends, coming this fall.
Saturdays on KLAX TV.
Well, welcome back, everyone. By tomorrow, the temperatures will continue to climb. We're talking about seasonally hot temperatures, though, just a tad above normal, but the humidity will start to increase, so it's going to make things feel a little bit uncomfortable. We do have isolated rain chances for the weekend, and then it's going to stay warm and humid for early next week, and we also have more rain chances next week, maybe even better rain chances. Right now, though, winds continue to come from the north. It's keeping us a little bit drier. Dew points aren't even all that high, maybe in the low 60s, and we're going to stay with the less humid air for at least another few hours or so, but in the overnight, I think this will start to rise. The humidity will be coming back. So our dew point right now around 64 degrees, still a little bit muggy, but a lot more comfortable than it was earlier this week, and that's thanks to that cold front that pushed through the state and is now to our south. But by tomorrow, this will start to dissolve, and that will allow south winds to return, and it's going to bring all that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico northward, and so the humidity will start to increase. And of course, you add the heat to it, and it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable as we make our way toward the end of the week and into the weekend. So right now, our average high temperatures are around 93 degrees, but for the upcoming days, it's going to be a few degrees warmer than that. So it's going to be seasonably hot for not only tomorrow, but also into the weekend and into next week as well. Tonight, though, will be mild. Temperatures will drop down to around 67 degrees in Alexandria and Otis around 70 degrees. So very mild conditions out there. Mostly clear conditions tonight. Winds will be light coming in from the east-northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly sunny conditions tomorrow. Temperatures just a tad warmer, 96 degrees in Alexandria and Otis, a little bit warmer than that, 97 degrees. It is going to be hot, and the humidity will also return. And of course, with the increase of moisture across our region, that will enhance our rain chances. So we have a system that will come through on Sunday, and given the heat and humidity, there could be a few afternoon thunderstorms as we end the weekend. Temperatures will stay warm as we head into next week. We do have the possibility possibility of more rain chances, I think mainly in the afternoon with the heating of the day. But temperatures will be closer to normal by Tuesday, though, with a high around 93 degrees. Overnight lows will be in the 70s, and then we have better chances of rain as we make our way toward the end of the week with another system coming through.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Follow us on Twitter. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
We've knocked on doors.
Do you feel badly at all?
We relentlessly pursued the bad guys, demanded transparency in our food supply. Do these chemicals leach into your body? And uncovered innovative ways to boost your health. Investigated true crime cases to make sense of tragedy. Change is happening here. Our journey is just beginning.
The Dr. Oz Show season premiere, September 17th.
Welcome to season 10.
Dr. Oz, weekdays at 11 on KLAX TV.